So, I, was about to walk to the park and shoot a video, and I thought to myself, man, it is cold. Um, I started having some anxiety, but not really too much. So I ended up eating last night and breaking my fast. So I'm going to try again. So I did a 3 day fast, and then in between, did pretty much intermittent fasting, where I just ate one time, and that was it. Like, cut myself off. So, like, I think what fasting does is it helps a lot with like spirituality, and since like I'm smoking weed too, it has intensified stuff. You know, I'm worried about my financial spot, but I think that most people who are in my spot right now would feel like extreme calm. I think like if you know they were in my position right now, they would probably feel very confident. Um, you know, um, like so I'm not saying this is gonna work out, but like I just told my mom today, like, yeah, we're gonna be moving there, and at the end of next month, and this is what's going on, and it would be cool if we can get a place before, so we don't have to stay at your place or anything like that. But like, she found a place like right in her neighborhood for a pretty solid price. It's like I think probably a 2 bedroom house, and like we'll see if it works out. But yeah, that would be pretty sweet. You know what I mean? My rent getting cut in half, where you know, with all the utilities and everything, will probably it cost me like over $1,100 a month, probably just bare utilities and trash and water and all that. Maybe $1,200, and I can split it right down the middle with my kid. You get this side, I get this side. Let's go. And then we both start working as much as we possibly can. And then I just try to bring in as much as money as I possibly can, as fast as I can, and start trying to pay down debt. Like, that's a huge thing. Like, that's what I want. Like, it's been so hard, like having to pay like all the bills and everything, and helping people, and like, I'm not gonna go into depth about things, but like getting taken advantage of, and putting a strain on my relationship. But it is what it is, man, and that sucks. That sucks. But it's like a fresh start. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be a good thing for the time being for me and my son. My other one's gonna stay here, and that's cool. This is home to him, and I understand that. But for me, I just think it just makes sense, not doing good. There's now jobs, and I can. And what the worst case thing too is, if some things happened and I had to stay here, I would just do here whatever I was gonna do there. But the difference is, like, I need to move and live in a better situation. So like, if I'm living in my mom's neighborhood, like, I think I might be just chilling there for a while. I mean, that's pretty freaking sweet. Um, that's really convenient for family get-togethers and stuff like that. Um, I think that's cool as hell, and then I can like go spend more time with them and all that. And I should. That's what families should do. They should spend more time with each other. Um, so It's probably a good thing. There really isn't much here for me. And then, like, my kid could do his plan. He can, go work a job and acquire assets, and then like go to college too. If like that's what he was planning on doing here. He was planning on going to trade school. So like he had to attend a college, so he can do that there very easily. It's just like he has to get a reliable car and get a job, and then he can be off to the races. Like he hated that job that we were at. I did too, man. Like I couldn't stand that job. I hated it. It sucked. It was okay for a little while, but then it's just like there's nothing else I can do. Really? Okay. Um so yeah, just like unmotivated here. I think I'll just be way more motivated over there. Um so that's the hope, is I'll just be more motivated over there, and probably shouldn't have left to begin with, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So um yeah. Um I think it's best to be around family right now, you know what I mean? Like I think that's what people should do. They should be around family. I think that people have disconnected so much in society, and I'm like so disconnected. I'm disconnected with everybody, you know what I mean? Like I was cool with people I worked with, and I'm cool with everybody I work with. No one ever has a problem with me. um but there's no like outside relationships. There's like, and I I was planning on leaving anyway. Like this was the plan. I didn't know where, I didn't know what I was going to do, but the plan was to leave anyway, because I wasn't going to stay at that job. The plan was to leave before summer. So like the only difference is I plan to like work all the way up until I left. That's the only difference. Um, and like, I probably shouldn't have tried to reconsolidate my debt and like messed up my credit. So that's a huge, major mistake I made. Um, so it's kind of like I need a soft landing for a reset of my life where I can like, and I probably could have left at the end of this month. Um but I kind of want to like get everything put back, and take a whole month to get sober, so I don't have weed in my system, so I could go to a good job possibly. And then just take a side job, do Uber Eats, just do something on the side to try to earn extra money on top of my job, and whatever job it is, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care if I work at Walmart. I don't care if I'm working at McDonald's. I just need somewhere where I can work a bunch of hours. I don't care if I have to work multiple fast food jobs. I'll do what I gotta do, you know what I mean? So I just need to have more of a positive attitude, a more positive outlook in life, and stop being so negative. And that's my biggest problem. And my biggest problem too is like always like running from things and not dealing with my problems, and like it's the only thing. Like you keep moving to different places, but it's really like it's pretty much the same everywhere, except for like the climate. But I lived in Arizona and I lived in Washington State. It's just like they have the same stores, they have the same this, they have the same that, and some people are a little bit different. That's for sure. Um, but like I've been to a lot of different places in my life, and it'd be nice to just be able to just like be just like I'm chilling here now. So maybe it is where in St. Joe, that place I hated so bad, but I can make it work, man. I've made it work. I've made it work, and I've made it work here. But and also like I could make it work here. I could, you know, get out there right now and start looking for jobs and take whatever, like, just like I'm going to do there. I prefer not to work those type of jobs here because it's not because it's beneath me. It's just because like I don't need people that like m- my ex's like my ex's family or her herself, like, like I'm working at the local Walmart and she's a customer. Like I just, man, I don't want to deal with that situation because I would probably get fired, honestly. So it's just like probably better for me not to deal with something with like that. And if I'm gonna work at like Walmart or McDonald's, like I would probably there's people there that know me, but I don't care. Like I worked with some people that know me, and um, I really didn't talk to too many people. I kept to myself. So like I might run into a few people here and there, um, you know, that know me, but it's not gonna be like. I mean, I prefer a fresh start where nobody knows me. That'd be like the absolute perfect thing. But since like people, but it's just that is like I would go work that like, but it's like it doesn't pay enough. It doesn't pay enough. It's not like it's gonna be. If that's what I end up doing is working fast food because if I can't find something else, and I don't mind working that on top of something else too. That's what I plan on doing. Probably working that job and then working a part-time job somewhere else on top of that job to try to make as much money as I possibly can as quickly as I possibly can. Start, just to like build myself up, you know. Just it'd be nice to take on a lot of the debt, and I don't need it all paid off, but just to work my ass off and be able to really achieve um, paying it down, getting, really focusing on my finances. And that's probably like my big, like it's always been so hard for me to work on myself while I'm leading a family as well. So like, how hard it is to change yourself, to change this, to change that about yourself, to change this habit, to change that habit, to try to like basically be perfect in every aspect of your life that you possibly can. But it's so hard when you have so many things going on, when you have to work a regular job and take care of a family. And it's just like, now I actually have the mindset like let's get the finances under control by working as much as you possibly can with as many jobs if you have to get your debt down, get it down quick, and get on the road to paying it. As you don't have to pay it all off. You can have like a thousand in debt and pay like a monthly fee or something, but like, that's the plan. And if it doesn't, I end up going bankrupt. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was always going to happen at some point, but I think that For me to go bankrupt, I would have to. There would be a lot of bad things that happen. So like, if I have a place to go into right away, beautiful. Like that's beautiful because we need to get him a vehicle, and we need to get cars, and we need to get things taken care of, and you know what I mean, like get jobs as quick as possible. So, like next, it just kind of like next month, that's what I plan on doing. I plan on like kind of like, so next month I'm going to be completely sober. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm smoking weed the rest of this month. Like, oh, I shouldn't smoke weed, but like I'm going to stay here to the end of next month, and then, you know, leave when you know, I'm like getting the last drops of this place, I guess. And then I'll leave the next, and I'll get everything. I get my taxes done next month. I'm getting everything's getting done next month. So it's just like the rest of this month is just like me just chilling, man. And I still have like a long ways to go, man. What is this day like? I, at the end of this month, I want to be done smoking weed by the end of this month, and I can't show you what I have left, but I have enough for um a week of like good smoking, a lot like I've been smoking, and I think there's probably like what 10 days left in this month, maybe less. So like I figure I'll run out right before the end of this month. That's what I figure. And then the only way I am smoking weed next month is in some type of massive celebration or something. I would have to. It would be like massive, massive wins, but that's not happening. So like next month, I'm gonna be done with weed, and I'm gonna be done for a while until I feel comfortable where um I don't feel like I'm gonna lose my job or something if like, you know, they, they drug test me, you know what I mean, or you know, until my kid's like out on his own, like, if it's just gonna be just me, of course I'm gonna smoke weed, but like I'm definitely gonna stop. Like I'm just kind of like right now it's kind of like I don't have anything else to do with my time right now. So like, and I still have all next month, and it's just like I have to pay for next month. So I might as well just like be here to the end of the month, you know what I mean? And um yeah. So my mom was texting me probably about that place, and I'm kind of interested to see what she was saying about it. But yeah, it's hopefully it's a quick, easy transition, and like we adapt very quickly, which I've done this before. I moved there, didn't have a job lined up. I felt pretty confident I can get a job. Um, so yeah, so like and I landed on my feet, and I did pretty solid, and I moved around to a couple of different jobs, and the goal is to, if I have to work, if I get a good job right off the bat, cool, man. If I do, cool. I should be able to pass a drug test and everything by then. Um, but if I don't, then I don't. But it's just kind of like, I don't get to do this, who gets to do this time with themselves, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do like a lot of fasting, a lot of spiritual stuff. I'm trying to do like a fasting maybe I don't get to do a 7 day fast. Maybe the 3 day was like the most I get out of all this, and because I just seemed like I can't, like I did a 67, and then I did um couple intermittent fasts, like a couple of days of that, and then I did a 72, and then a couple of days of some intermittent fasting, and then now I'm fasting again. So it's just like willpower, and it's weird, like doing it when you're high, because you do get the munchies, but at least it feels like, at least it takes the edge off lighting up, and it kind of makes things a little bit more tolerable when you're fasting. So yeah, I'm not just like smoking weed and then yeah, I'm trying to change my eating style. I'm trying to change my eating habits. So the fasting wrecks with your habits and completely resets everything for yourself. So if you choose to go back to your old habits, that's on you. This is a chance for you, after you do like, good long fast, for you to start developing good habits. But it's mind power to not go back to that stuff, because you're already like cleansed, like you're clean, like you're good. You don't have those daily habits. You should be cleansed of it from abstaining it for so much time. Like fasting does a lot of good. I think it's not just food, but I think that probably like social media content creation, like fasting from, this is what they do, like a lot of religions fast, like they do it for, there's a lot of health benefits that come along with fasting, man. Like there's a lot. So the longer you go, it starts repairing your cells and um recycling the bad ones out and making new ones, and it kind of like it's kind of like an age reversal in a way. So I've dabbled in it a lot. um I've yo-yo, so I haven't been consistent, not at all, and I don't think that you should just kind of like do the same thing all the time anyway. So like if you're doing like 24-hour fast, I think that, like, and you're just gonna do that every day forever, like I just don't think that's good. I think it's good to mix up some days where you mess up the fast, where you can eat like that, do like 3 24-hour fasts or whatever, and then also then you hit in something that um like 2 times during that week where you're like, you have a wider eating window. So like you'll, instead of having 24-hour fast that day, you'll have a 20-hour fast. um so, but doing the 24-hour fast, but like, you know what I mean, like during the week, and then and then you can go back to the 24-hour after you do that little 20-hour fast or 12-hour fast, and then you can go back to the the, the 2 day, the 3 day, the 24-hour, because you're just eating every 24 hours, and then and then after 2 days of that, and then you can do another, like just break it up throughout the week of days where uh you just do the same thing. And some people can fast for like Do like instead of just doing 24-hour fast, they can do like 2 day fast or 3 day fast, which you can definitely do if like with salt water for sure. And if you got a lot of weight, and but it's like I'm not a doctor, so don't take anything, like do your own research, man. But like definitely like people can go days without taking in calories, especially if they have a lot of extra weight. Like the people that have that would be issues with like fasting are people that don't have much fat on them at all. So like if they're super skinny already, um, it's not good for them to do longer fast. They might be able to do like intermittent fasting or whatever, but they won't be able to do long fast because that's like they don't have hardly anything on them for their body to consume. So like when you're fasting, your body is consuming, fats and old toxics, everything, and it's just like it's giving your body a rest. It's giving your immune system a rest, and it's letting your body focusing on other things that it should be repairing. That's you know probably put all of its energy to doing the digestive and everything like that, and then putting other things that could be dealt with, but this like on hold basically. And it's like a slower process, but since you're like now you're fasting, it'll start like upping those things that made it down the list that should be being just kind of maintained, not really repaired, but just kind of maintained. And it's just like some things probably aren't being maintained properly because of the constant digestive system going. But I think that fasting does a lot of good for a lot of people, and I think that they don't want people to do it um, because they don't make money. So, like, if you have everyone healthy, then the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare industry don't make any money, and neither do the doctors. So, like, they want us sick, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all, man. Um, they need to be dealt with. They need to be penalized. Um, they're supposed to be helping people. That's what the whole point of them is supposed to be, is to help people, not to hurt people. So, you know, like they need to quit demonizing fasting because it is helping people. The reason why they don't like it is because you can't make money off of it. Don't eat. Don't watch TV. don't don't do this. Don't do like whatever, man. You can fast from whatever, and they don't like that. Just like me taking in less content the last few days. In the grand scheme of things, does it really matter that me, one person, is, you know, kind of like going away from the matrix because it really hasn't served me much? I'm not saying that I'm going to forever, but I'm just saying, like, dude, this was like, what happened to me, like, me losing my job, um, complete life shift, like, the humbleness thing, like, everything is just, like, crazy, man, crazy. There's a lot of humbleness, and I'm trying to, like, just, I'm trying to have a better attitude. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a better attitude. You know, what this was supposed to happen, and it's crazy that, you know, nobody watches these anyway. Anyway, so like it's crazy that um that all that happened at the same time, man. Like the same time I lost my job, my credit took a big hit, and I should have, man, I don't know what I was doing when I was listening to them, and they're like, yeah, I said something. I'm like, my credit's gonna take a hit, a huge hit. It's gonna be like in the 400s. Nobody's gonna like. So that's the difference if you rent a house. Like they usually, as long as you're paying your bills and you're a good tenant, that's all they care about. But yeah, if I can get into a house by my mom, that would be awesome in the same neighborhood, and I'm paying less there. Like that's what I'm saying. If okay, if I would have stayed here in this apartment, they weren't gonna raise my rent. My rent was gonna be $9.45. So I'm paying $11.80 right now. No, I'm paying $10.80. $10.80. $100 more plus the insurance, the housing insurance. So I'm paying that, and this house she just showed me was she sent me was like $874 or something like that, or whatever. It's almost 800. It's like almost $900. Okay, like a two-bedroom house on my mom's street, or in her neighborhood, not on her street, in her neighborhood, that has a yard and is probably a two-bedroom at least, for $900. Like, and I'm living in a apartment that's a three-bedroom apartment. The for not, and I was about to move. I was about to move into like these um I was close to it, man. I was close to it. The townhouses over here kind of remind me of like my old place over there in Gibraltar. And I was like, this would be cool, and I wanted to get I wanted all the kids to get in there, but and have us all live there. But like, yeah, I was trying to get in there, and I would have signed a year lease for. I had to pay like $1,200 a month for that place, and now I'm thinking about it. I was like, no, no. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. And I was thinking about staying here. You know what I mean? So like, that's how expensive it is here. $1,200 just to rent a two-bedroom townhouse. It's like 1250 probably, but it's just like, dude, there's so many jobs where I'm about to go. There's so many places. I don't know if they're hiring, but like there's a lot of places there's a lot of work there, and it really shouldn't be hard for us to find jobs for any kind of job. A service industry, it shouldn't be hard at all, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like it is extremely hard here. It is so hard here to find a job. Even just like any job, man. Like maybe I might be able to get at Walmart, but it's like I'm not making enough there to even sustain what I have here. That's the problem. It's like I'm not making enough, so like I have to work two jobs to sustain this shitty ass life, which I can't stay here. Like there's no air conditioning in this room. There's no air conditioning in my son's room. So that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't gonna stay here another summer through that crap. Last summer was absolutely brutal. I'm sitting here in this room with no air conditioning, and it feels like it's like 90 degrees in here. I'm like kind of sweating and like so hot, and it's like I'm not doing that shit again. Fuck this place, man. There's air conditioning in the living room, so it's just like I guess me and my son could sleep in the living room. We didn't. We just slept in our own rooms, but like fuck this place, man. Fuck this shit. This place is 945. That two-bedroom house is 800, 900, and I know like I gotta pay for utilities. I know, so it makes it a little bit more. But it pretty much. But I still have a two-bedroom house in the same neighborhood as my mom. You know what I mean? We'll see though. Who knows what will happen? But I think that it's just. I think that's the best thing for me and my son for us both to do. And honestly, like it'd probably be best for my other son too, for him to leave too. But he's not gonna leave, so Um, but yeah, that's it.